Let's talk about computers in math class. About a decade ago, we all got loads of computers in math classes for the sake of standardized testing, digital testing, and what happened was that teachers then had these devices with little or a lot of ideas about how to use them, depending on what their administrators or what ideas they were given by different people or developed on their own. And so what we see a lot of times in math class with technology is the technology looks a lot like tax software, which is to say you are entering numbers into blanks, you're pressing buttons, dropping menu items down, how many dependents do you have, what's the answer to this algebra equation, that sort of thing. Hit submit and you're told if you have a tax refund or if your answer is right or wrong or you owe taxes. It feels very similar to just like to the experience of filling out your taxes, and it should not. Think about instead the experience that students have with their devices outside of school, which is to say the apps that they use and the experiences that they have are often very creative and very social instead. They are creating lots of things, not just numbers and blanks, but photos and videos and tweets and texts and stories and whatever else they're doing on their phones these days. I'm sure I don't know the full extent of it. I'm sure I don't want to know either. But they don't just like create those and then submit them to the TurboTax mainframe or to their computer. They don't just go into the black box of their phone. All those creations go out into the world and they're shared with their networks, with their friends and people. And that experience, which we often think of as like a perpendicular to learning, like a separate from the learning experience, is in fact learning. Like students they are learning how to make the perfect selfie face or what kinds of viral videos get the most likes or shares from their friends. They are learning something. So the question is, how do we leverage what these tools are good for, social and creative experiences, into math class? So I'm not here to like rep particular technology, though Desmos does do a lot of this kind of work. I'm looking for technological solutions to how do we have students become creative in math class and share those creations with each other. Creative of not just numbers and multiple choice question answers. Creative of text-based arguments, like why do two odds always add up and make it even? Like you enter that kind of like paragraph into a blank, and then with Desmos we have students share that and they see each other's text responses, for instance. There's lots of other technology like that. We need more of that in math classes. Or for instance, we have situations where students, instead of receiving problems from the teacher, they create a problem and share it with their friends. It goes into a problem gallery. They get to share just like they would a video they shot or a photo they took. They share a problem of theirs with their neighbors, and we have seen, it's just so interesting, we think we create pretty good activities for students, but it's wild to watch how much more invested students are in solving each other's problems that they have created versus ones the teacher or we have created. There's yelling across the classroom, why'd you make that so hard? Or that's way too easy, like try harder next time to stump me. That sort of thing happens in these classes that oftentimes when they're using TurboTax-like math software, they're extremely quiet and the class energy is dull. So what I'm trying to say is think about what these tools are used for outside of class and ask yourself, why can't math class be more like that?